Field Days is a channel run by Matt where he documents extreme survival trips in some of the most isolated parts of Australia. But in 2021, one overnight trip felt different. This time, Matt wasn't camping under the open sky. He was heading underground into a dark cave, completely alone.
It's still going to be delicious as always. That is beautiful. Baked beans in a haunted cave. Oh my f***ing God. That was the sound. That is the sound. Did you hear that? Look at my arms. I got full goosebumps. It's the chains moving when I climb down the ladder. It's a big, heavy, thick chain. Wind can't move that. Holy shit.
At first, the footage is unsettling because of the location itself. Matt climbs down a man-made ladder into the cave, with only his light cutting through the darkness. There's no wind, no water, no sign of anyone nearby. For a while, he explores the openings in rock walls without anything unusual happening. But later that night, while eating baked beans around 11 p.m., he suddenly hears something deeper inside the cave. Rocks shifting, small stones falling, then movement. It sounds like something is walking around in the darkness, close enough to hear, but too far to see.
Pray, I really hope you guys heard that chain move just then. It is 100% now. I heard it before. I'm 100% certain it's the chain that I walked in, that you climbed down into this cave on. It's moving. Now, you can't move that chain with wind. It's way too heavy. There is no wind coming in here. There's no wind even for... Holy shit. Oh my fucking God. You must have heard that just then. Look at my arms, dude. Oh, this is fucked. Holy shit. That's not normal, dude. Well, I'm freaking out. That's that chain. That chain's moving. The only thing it can be, like, this is a public cave. People can come in this cave. The thing that's strange, it's like 11 o'clock at night. Why would anyone come in here? And the chain moved but didn't, like, if you're gonna walk down the chain, it will swing the whole entire way. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna swing, but this isn't swinging. This is just moving, rapidly moving, and stops. It's the third time it's happened now. And I'm almost about to abort mission. But I've got the only way up is that chain. Yeah, this is freaking me out a little bit. All right, I'm just gonna go sit back down in my corner and just stay very alert. Not gonna lie, this is a little bit freaky. Okay, well, I've got my backpack back on. And I'm booting on out of here. I just heard a sound. It's not normal. It's definitely not a normal sound, and I'm scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. That sound, it was not normal. It's probably about 2 hours, 2.5 hours after I checked in with you guys, so it would be around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and that sound was not normal. I'm getting out of here. Yeah.
Matt then notices something even stranger. The air inside the cave is completely still. So when something nearby begins moving or swinging, it doesn't seem like wind. It feels like something disturbed it. Then come the faint hissing sounds, almost like voices. Not clear enough to understand, but human enough to make the cave feel occupied. Matt later searches around but never finds a person. Only signs that large animals may have been inside. Still, that doesn't make it much better. Because whether it was animals or someone hiding in the dark, Matt was alone underground with almost no escape if things went wrong. After the noises fade, he moves closer to the entrance and waits there until morning. Then he leaves and never returns to that cave again. Because if whatever was moving in the darkness had come closer, there may have been nowhere for him to run. This clip was uploaded by Dan from Exploring with Fighters, a channel where he films abandoned places, overnight camps, and strange trips into isolated locations. In November 2022, Dan and his friend Flex decided to camp inside Epping Forest in the UK. A forest already known for its dark reputation, and they went there during a full moon. At first, everything seems normal. They set up the tent, start a fire, and cook steaks over the flames. For a while, it feels like a simple night in the woods. But then, while they're eating, the forest around them starts to feel less empty.
It was only terrible because it was doused in your blood. Right, should we zip? It's getting cold. Should we zip the tent up?
I think we should now finish this off.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of this steak.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it is pretty damn good. Do you like the broccoli?
We'll try some now. I've never actually tried it.
It makes it all worthwhile. All the hard work that went into it. Oh! What's that? Shh. Can you hear that walk around? What's that? What the fuck is that? I don't know. It could be an animal, I don't know.
Dan and Flex stay quiet, trying to understand what they heard. Flex doesn't rush outside. Instead, he slowly unzips the tent and points the camera toward the darkness. At first, there's nothing clear, just trees, shadows, and the firelight around their camp. But then they realize something is standing outside. Someone is watching them from the woods, not speaking, not walking away, just staying there. For a split second, a figure appears in the bottom right corner of the footage. Not fully visible, not close enough to identify, but close enough to prove they weren't imagining it. The person never steps fully into view. They remain half hidden beyond the edge of the camp. It could have been a drunk man, it could have been someone looking for food, or it could have been someone watching them for a reason they would never understand. Dan and Flex don't wait to find out. They pack up and leave Epping Forest safely. But if that figure had moved closer while they were trapped inside the tent, that night could have ended much worse. This video was uploaded by Wizard in the Wild, where Graham and his wife Ellie share quiet camping trips and peaceful road adventures. But during a trip in March 2023, that peaceful feeling disappeared. They were stealth camping on the Isle of Arran in Scotland, parked near their van for the night. At first, everything seemed calm. The area was quiet, the van was still, and after spending some time outside, they went to sleep. But later that night, they were suddenly woken by a loud impact. Not wind, not an animal. Something had hit the van.
It's been woken up with a loud bang, and you dropped something on the floor there. Was that glass? 2 bricks. And someone's just smashed Merlin's windows while they were sleeping. So no, we don't recommend this as a place to stop. They smashed the windscreen, but Graham's hoping he can drive with that. But here's us in the middle of nowhere, with a broken window and a cracked windscreen, about 200 miles from home. So, pretty awful really.
At first, they don't fully understand what's happening. They're confused and alarmed, trying to process the noise in the dark. Then they realize someone outside has been throwing bricks at their vehicle. Not just passing by, not just making noise, actually attacking the van while they were inside. In seconds, what should have been a quiet overnight stop turns into a frightening situation with no clear reason.
Did you want me to make a hot drink or not bother?
No, I don't. I just want to get away from you.
In case they come back. I doubt they will. They're not brave enough to do that.
The strangest part is that they never find out why it happened. Maybe someone was drunk. Maybe someone wanted to scare them away, or maybe someone was trying to break into the van. Whatever the reason was, the fact that someone attacked the vehicle while they were sleeping makes the situation disturbing enough. Luckily, some woman nearby helps them repair the damage using Gorilla Tape, a strong, heavy-duty tape used for temporary fixes. Instead of ending the journey immediately, Graham and Ellie later return to the location to show viewers what happened.
He was parked before, and where that blue car is, there was another camper van there, but it was parked the other way round. And you can just that's the entrance to the car park. So you can see how people can come and do some damage to the van and then quickly run away without being seen. So yeah, this is it.
Being back there makes the encounter feel even more unsettling, because now they're standing in the same place where someone had attacked them in the middle of the night. Thankfully, they continue their journey unharmed. But they never find out who was outside, or what they wanted. And if those bricks had hit the wrong part of the van, that quiet camping trip could have turned into something far worse. This video was uploaded by Love Sundays, a channel run by Sean, where he shares solo camping trips and quiet van adventures around the UK. Most of his videos are peaceful. Just him, his van, and a remote place to sleep for the night. But in February 2024, one solo trip became deeply unsettling. Sean had parked his van near a wooded area and spent the day exploring, even climbing over a fence to walk deeper into the trees. Everything seemed normal. Later, he returned to the van, made food, and settled in for the night. But around 3 a.m., a car suddenly pulled up near him.
Good night. A car's just pulled up, and it sounds like they're walking around the van. So I was just woken up because I heard a car pull up, and it was at the front of the van. So I got up, turned my phone on, and filmed. And as soon as I drew the curtains back, they drove off. They got to the end of the road, turned around, and then came back and parked behind the van.
Sean stays inside, trying to understand what's happening. Then he realizes people are moving around right outside his van. He doesn't know who they are. He doesn't know what they want. And because he is alone, the situation feels even worse. When Sean pulls back the curtain, the people quickly get back into their car. The moment he looks out, they drive away. No explanation, no confrontation, just gone. The rest of the night stays quiet. But by morning, Sean discovers they hadn't just been walking around.
My door's stuck. What the actual... See that? I don't even think I can shut the door now. So when I said I got left alone last night, it doesn't look like I did get left alone, does it? I didn't even hear anyone out on the side door. Right, I've got to work out how to do this. I don't think I've got any pliers. Tell you what, it's a good job I haven't got a bulkhead. There we go. Oh, it's miserable out here.
Someone had zip-tied his van door shut. They had tried to lock him inside. It's hard to know why. Maybe they wanted to steal fuel. Maybe they wanted to stop him from coming out. Or maybe they were just trying to scare him. Either way, someone had been close enough to touch his van while he was sleeping. Sean cuts the zip ties, frees the door, and leaves safely. But he never finds out who those people were. And if he hadn't woken up when he did, there's no telling what they might have tried next. This clip was uploaded by Sort of Interesting, a YouTube channel run by Dan Brown, where he shares outdoor trips, nature walks, and occasional gear reviews. Most of his videos are calm and simple. But in March 2025, one walk into the woods became much more unsettling than expected. At first, Dan moves through the forest like usual, filming the trees, exploring the area, and enjoying the quiet. Nothing feels dangerous until he notices something strange.
I swear 2 people have already been within very close proximity. I don't think they've seen me, because why would they? Who would even look in here for someone? But I'm being very, very cautious.
Deep in the woods, Dan spots 2 people. They appear to be standing still, watching him. At first, he tries not to overthink it. They could be hikers, campers, or just people passing through. So he continues exploring and eventually finds a spot to set up camp. For a while, everything seems normal again. But later, when he heads back into the woods, the feeling changes.
Okay, friends, there is definitely somebody about here. Yeah. So you might be able to see there is somebody walking towards us.
A man can be seen walking between the trees. At first, Dan assumes it's just another person nearby, but the way the man appears and disappears makes it feel strange. He doesn't speak, he doesn't approach. He simply moves through the woods and vanishes again. Then things get even more disturbing.
I'm almost too scared to breathe here. I think a dog or something just came in.
Back near his camp, something suddenly pulls at the light hanging close by. It could have been an animal, but after already seeing people watching him, that explanation doesn't feel very comforting. Something had come close enough to touch his campsite. Then Dan captures another unsettling moment.
Oh, that's right. They're looking straight at me. I am trying not to panic. Hello?
A man appears near the area again. this time close enough to make the situation feel more direct. Dan watches him for several minutes. The man stays nearby, far enough to avoid confrontation, but close enough to make his presence impossible to ignore. Eventually, he walks away. Dan later packs up and leaves the woods safely, but the whole encounter feels wrong, because it seemed like someone had noticed his camp, watched him from the trees, and moved close enough to disturb the area around him. And if that man had decided to come closer while Dan was alone, that quiet outdoor trip could have become something much worse.